Every day we throw away things that might help us solve problems during a crisis. And the crazy part is these things are just free. So before you take out the trash next, take a look at things that might deserve a second chance. Hey, Provident Preppers, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Kylene, and today we are going to talk about some things that you may be throwing away that could be incredibly valuable, not just in your daily life, but when disaster strikes.
Now, before we go any further, I am going to put in this disclaimer. We are not encouraging you to keep a whole bunch of junk. Sometimes junk and trash is just that. It just needs to go in the trash. But sometimes there's a second purpose. And I love repurposing things. That's one of the fun things in my life, is finding ways to repurpose. Almost to a fault, in fact, to a fault. And I've had to repent because, I started collecting a lot of junk. And so, yeah, we're not encouraging junk collection, but there are some things we can do with some of these.
I think the determining factor is actually the amount of it that you have.
Exactly.
So we'll be careful and we'll talk about that. But the first thing we want to talk about is dryer lint. How many of you are throwing away your dryer lint? These are just number 10 cans that we have food storage in, right?
That we would just throw away.
That we would just throw away. And we have these little plastic lids. And you notice that I've labeled them lint. So we just have one of these that sits on the dryer. And every time we empty the lint, it goes in here. Mm-hmm. Once it's full, we put the lid on. And then we tuck it underneath where we store our wood. Because that way it's right where we need it, right? We don't have to go searching for it. But we can accumulate a lot of lint, and it makes a fantastic fire starter.
Now you can also use lint and combine it with some wax in paper egg cartons, which we'll talk about a little later. And it makes great fire starters. So whether you're using this as a fire starter or these kind that you add some wax to, both of them work extremely well, but it's usable stuff.
Number 2 is silica gel packets. Now these are used to suck the moisture out of containers. Like you'll get them in with your shoes, with your vitamins, all kinds of different things. And the purpose is to make sure that the moisture isn't in there. Well, these can be dried out or recharged and used again. Mm-hmm. So think about this. They could keep your documents dry. They could keep tools from rusting. You might want to put them in with your seeds to extend the shelf life. They're really good at protecting electronics, or storing emergency gear.
Yeah, some very interesting uses. And they come in all kinds of sizes, from fairly
huge,
large,
actually.
Fairly large to these little tiny ones.
So put them in a container, an airtight, moisture-proof container after you dry them out, and just store them. But once the container's full, you probably have enough and you don't need to keep collecting them.
Number 3 is things like prescription and vitamin bottles. Now, again, sometimes you just need to throw them in the trash, but sometimes they can be very useful for storing seeds. Mama's the expert on different ways to use these, like salves. Give us the lowdown, Mama.
The thing about these is, if you notice, they're usually really high quality. They're thick plastic, they're airtight. Some of them have the little flip lids, which are nice, but most of them also help with light penetration. And so for me, I love to use them for storing the seeds that I have collected. Sometimes I use paper, but sometimes I use these because you can store really large amounts. This one actually has a salve in it. This is one that I've made that has for little cold sores. And the reason I love it is because it's small enough to fit in your purse. It won't leak anywhere. Little first aid kits.
And that would be shareable, right? I mean, if we needed to share it, we're not sharing a huge bunch at a time. We can share a little bit with somebody who might be in need.
Yeah. You could do little sewing kits in it. You could do nuts and bolts. I mean, think about anything small that you need to organize and keep dry and out of the light. This is great for.
Number 4 is the one that we alluded to earlier, these paper egg cartons, the old egg cartons. Sometimes we throw them away if they're just kind of yucky inside.
No, I don't. So if it's yucky inside, I take the fact that the egg has slimed all over there, and I can actually put dirt in it and start my little seedlings and then plant them out. And that slime that's in there is actually good for my plants. So while Jonathan would have thrown it away, I would not have thrown it away. The other thing I would have done is I would have composted it. right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
this
they
is
are
great for my
compostable.
little worm bins or compost.
You can tear it down into smaller strips and uncompost it. But
Or
like we
leave it
said,
big and just wait longer.
yeah, you can fill these with a little bit of lint and pour some wax in here. And then you can cut them into these little pieces, individual fire starters.
That makes a fantastic fire starter.
Yeah.
Probably my very favorite because you've got the wax, you've got the lint, and you've got the cardboard, or the, not card,
It's a paper, some form of paper.
whatever it is. It tends to be able to start very quickly, but it doesn't fizzle out quickly.
Yeah.
And so it does a much better job. So that's one of my very favorite fire starters. One of the other things that we really like to save is bread bags and grocery store bags. Now, one of the things about the grocery store bags, okay, repurposing again, this BYU tub of ice cream. Not that we would ever eat that much ice cream, but these, we have several of these stored because it's really good to store the bags in where we know that we have them. You know, we use these for so many different things. Like, we never use regular garbage bags in our bathroom garbages. We just line it with these bags. We put a few new ones underneath, but this is a source of problem in our marriage.
It is, and we're getting real personal here.
Because
her way is just kind of like this, and it just kind of looks looks a little bit flopsy.
Wait, does that look like that?
Well, that's probably one that I did, but okay. So, but the proper way, if I can just say this, is it gets folded in half, and then it's put into a little knot, and then it's very compact. So, you know, this is something since day one we have
disagreed on.
But we came to a point where she does it her way and I does it my way, and we don't lecture each other because
my way is the right way.
Of course.
But, okay, so let me tell you why I do this my way. Because first of all, we always tie them because we have babies and small children, and it's really dangerous. So we don't want to do something that can suffocate them. But this takes me a lot longer to untie than these do. And so for me, who is all into have 1,000 more things to do a day than I have time to do them, that's what I like. But guess what? Either way, we have garbage bags.
Yep.
Plenty. And actually, because since we're empty nesters now and all of our kids have moved out, we don't go to the grocery store anywhere near as often. And so sometimes we're actually running out of them. Okay, let's talk about these. So these are just bread bags. Once again, you notice the knot in the middle. They do store better like this. But think about all the different things that you could use for this. You can put it on over your boots if you need to go out where it's muddy, or if you have muddy boots and you need to come into the house and don't want to take them off, it can protect them and keep you from getting into trouble.
That's right. I get in trouble a lot
for wearing muddy boots in the house. There are so many different things that you can do with the bags, and yet these are free. These are something that are just being thrown away anyway.
And I must say my favorite thing is to share stuff with them. So if we're sharing garden produce, they can go in, you know, a grocery bag or something. It's something we can hand off to somebody very easily.
They don't have to return it.
Yeah.
Actually, and when I'm doing starts, like in the springtime when I'm sharing some of my plant starts, and I'll just take a shovelful of dirt with the plant in it, and I'll just put it in one of these bags, tie the top, and it's good enough so that they can get it home, plant it in the ground. It didn't cost me anything. So yeah, that's a great thing.
Number 6 are plastic jugs. Now, you would be surprised how many of these we actually use, and we usually wear them out, and then they get thrown away. But in the meantime, man, this is an awesome jug. And my favorite, I think, are the vinegar jugs. They're a little bit heavier, a little bit stouter. I'm not such a fan of the milk cartons. And of course, you should not be storing water in these. But for things around the homestead, these jugs come in really handy for a lot of things, including I can make a funnel out of this and just cut off that top and turn it into a funnel. There's all kinds of good uses for jugs, again, within reason.
A scoop for animal feed. Okay, now I know he doesn't like these because he's right. They're not good for water storage, but they are perfect to make my little winter sown greenhouses. And what I do is I will put drainage holes in the bottom and I will just cut it around here, leave a little hinge on it. I'll plant my little seeds in it, put tape around it, and I will just stick it out January and February, and my little plants will start to grow before I can transplant them out to the garden. Winter sown, in fact, I'll leave a link to one of our videos on winter sown. Yeah. It is fantastic. And you can use any container, like any of these would work. He would cry big tears if I cut this one up though, because this is a
for her, yeah, she can do it.
You're so sweet. But these are just super fantastic. Now, one of the other things that I do with these, I have a lot of these that are filled full of different dry goods, like grains or popcorn, different things like that. Yeah. You have to have the airtight lid. So this one's gonna be good, never this one's not gonna work. This one would probably be okay, but I make sure that it's super clean and the vinegar smell is gone. Sometimes it takes a while for that to happen. And then I would duct tape the top of this closed because I need a really good seal on it. But you can even store food in here. I'll leave a link to that video. And I mean, it's got so many different purposes. Don't be throwing them away. Even better than the plastic containers, number 7 is glass jars. Okay, there are so many different things. This is an old pickle jar. This is, you notice this beautiful mother in my vinegar that I'm making. These are little glass spice jars. Instead of throwing them away after I've used the spices, I buy other spices in bulk or the ones I've grown in my garden, and I put them in here so that I'm repurposing and they're all the same size. They look really good in my cupboard. I'm starting basil starts in here. Within a few weeks, these will have root systems and I'll plant them out in my garden. And my jar was free. Now, this is kind of what I was talking about with the plastic bottles. This is an old pickle jar that the pickle smell is gone out of. There's an oxygen absorber in it, and it's an airtight, free jar to store my flour in, or my rice in, or any dry good that would be appropriate to store long-term storage. And it's free. Now, my seeds, this is an old pickle jar, and then this is a baby food jar, and you know what's in it? Salve, some of my amazing salve. So do you see all the uses for glass jars? They're a treasure, and yet so often, they end up in the trash.
Number 8, cardboard. Cardboard has some amazing uses, and in a world where we're sometimes inundated in cardboard, maybe it's too much, but there are some great uses for this. For example, I was using this just yesterday and today because I was making a manifold for Mama's garden. Yeah, and so
that's glue all over it.
Yeah. And I'm at an age where I don't like kneeling down or stooping over, so I like to do things on the kitchen counter. This protects the counter. That's one of the great uses I have for cardboard. Now, at this point, this will probably go to the trash this week because I've got other cardboard, especially from things like big appliances and things, for covering windows or just some of those kinds of things if we needed them. And again, I've stored them compactly and I've kept just what I think is a minimal amount organized because we could be overrun with cardboard. But there are some really great uses. What else, Mama?
So these are fantastic for my garden. If I want to have a place where the weeds won't grow up, I can spread cardboard, put wood chips on them, and suddenly it changes everything. The other thing is cardboard is fantastic in your compost. If you just throw it in there, make sure that it gets watered with all of your other stuff, then suddenly it'll break down and it'll be this beautiful soil. My worms love it, so shredding it or tearing it up and putting it in the worm bins, that's another great thing to do with the compost. Now, Jonathan talked a little bit about, he stores it so that we could have it to put on windows in case we need to insulate the windows in case they get broken or if we need it for an emergency. But the other thing that could be used for is to put it on the ground and sleep on it to insulate you from a cold floor. So there's all kinds of uses for cardboard. Also, it's great to store stuff. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but as we're preppers and we're organized and we're storing stuff, that's really important. Sometimes I will cut the top off the box and I cut a little little valley out of the front so that I can line things up in it and I can see it, but it's still on my shelves and it's stored where I think it's significantly more organized. Another thing is it actually makes a great fire starter. So don't overlook that too, because sometimes, those fire starters, they're really important. Okay, number 9 is toilet paper and paper towel rolls, wrapping paper rolls. all of that kind of stuff. These have a great purpose. I mean, there's so many different things. You could stuff lint in them and make fire starters. You could actually use them to organize. I'd pull the rest of the toilet paper off before I organized cords in them, but that is a possibility. Compost or my worm bins would absolutely love these. Another thing that I can do is I can cut them in half and I can fill them with soil and I can start my seedlings in them. Or sometimes, like with my bean plants, you have to protect them. And if you protect them and from the time they're small until they're just big enough, those stupid bugs won't come and eat them all. And so if you just cut these in half and you put a little collar around the seedling, you can protect your seedling. So many things. Okay, number 10, all these little candle stubs, little tiny pieces, like none of it should go to waste because these are fantastic when it comes to making fire starters. That's why we have the lint and the egg cartons and the toilet paper rolls, right? For these fantastic fire starters. But there's some other things that you can do with them. Like if you have a zipper that wants to stick, you just rub that wax on it. It takes care of it. It's really good.
Another thing you can use this for is to waterproof matches. That's an old Boy Scout trick that we used to use when I was in Scouts some 700 years ago, was it? Maybe more or less.
Maybe more.
But anyway, we'd waterproof those matches so that when we got up to our campsite, they were ready to be used. And it also provided a little more fuel to get that fire going. You can also use it on cordage, coated on cordage to protect it from moisture.
And then remember, you can take these and use the wax to make the fire starters. So when we've got the egg carton and we're put all of our lint in there, you're just gonna melt this down and just drizzle it over the top and it'll make great fire starters. Even just chunks of this in your fire starting kit could be incredibly valuable. So this is a great resource. And now for our bonus, rubber bands off of produce and giant twisty ties.
I love giant twisty ties. I could sit and play with them for, maybe 20 or 30 seconds. But anyway, they're cool and they're useful for a lot of things. Unlike the little teeny ones, which I usually just throw away. But these bigger ones I can use for a whole variety of projects. If I just need to hold something real quick and I can twist that together, or over the winter, just some of the hoses or something, just tie them up and twist it. Make it a little more compact.
Yeah, and we have up in this cupboard, we just have this little container that has all these little drawers in it. And so it's really close. When I pull something off produce, it just goes right up there. So it's easy to keep these organized, but they have all kinds of different things. One of the things, I started using seed snails this year, or garden snails. And in fact, I'll leave a link to that video, but I have been using tape. But recently I had a friend who brought me some starts, and he just used these rubber bands to hold his seed snails together. I thought that was a fantastic idea.
A lot easier.
I was a little bit jealous that I hadn't thought of it.
Yeah, well, that's all right. We've got it now.
Yeah,
so.
We've got it now. I remember my grandmother. I love my grandmother. And she would save all kinds of little things. She would never throw a Ziploc bag away. She would just use it over and over again. And she came from the era where they just never had enough. And I think that there are some valuable lessons that we can learn from that, because we don't have to buy everything new, right? If we're just smart and we carefully save things and organize them appropriately, don't let them, we're not hoarders, we're not letting it take over our life. But if we're organized, then we have the things that we need when we need it, and it can save us a lot of money and help us be prepared, right? For daily life and for when times get really hard.
All right, so what's on your list of things that you see going in the trash that maybe could have another life? Drop it in the comments. Let's learn from each other and talk about this. And thanks for being part of the solution.